Spit that shit.
Hell no.
Also caused a massacre. Some workers were like, hey, really suck. We're having to work all these long, hard hours, 6 days, 12 days, 12 hours a day. He's like, hey, maybe you want to pay us a little better, or maybe, lessen the hours or the days. He said, F you, I'm going to send an armed militia and kill you guys. I'm going to kill you guys. Imagine if Bill Gates did that today, or Ted Turner, or George Soros. People come to New York at Rockefeller Plaza. The Rockefellers also met
with the 33, of course.
illegally during World War II in the White House. Nobody elected Rockefeller. They met.
But the 33.
They met, right, at the White House to plan out the post-World War. How's it going, sir? Great. Am I being detained? Okay, can I stay here? Can you get your hand off me, please? Thank you.
Anywho,
thank you.
Continue.
So, David...
Have I been asked to leave?
We're being good Americans, sir.
By you? What security? Okay, that's fine. It's private property. I can go right here.
Did we get that 30?
The sidewalk's cool? Sidewalk's cool? On the sidewalk's okay? Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah, you want to learn something interesting about the number 33? Are you a Mason by chance? Are you a Freemason by chance? Okay. You know the House of the Temple, though, the Masonic headquarters in D.C.? The outside has 33 columns that reach 33 feet tall. It's the Scottish Rite. Their highest degree is 33. There's this simple code of ABC 1, 2, 3. It's called gematria. It actually comes from Hebrew originally, but just in English. Police, order, secrecy, masonry, federal, they all equal 33. Modern Freemasonry was created in London, which is divided into 33 neighborhood areas. So I just find it funny that you happen to have 33. It's nothing against you, but just wanted to share the knowledge with you.
They gave you the number, right?
Just wanted to share. Yeah, I'm not putting anything on you. I just wanted to share it with you. It's just funny.
Might as well be wearing the Mason.
World trade is coming down.
The signing of the dollar bill.
Absolutely. Check, they're builders, right? In 1968, World Trade Center construction began. 911 was made the National Emergency Dialing Code. George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
They made movies about that.
The phrase bonesman, in the same way as police, secrecy, order, it equals 33 as well. That's what the alumni are called, bonesmen. But that was 33 years before 9/11.
And they stick this on you without you even knowing.
But hey, you're a good cop, man. Can I shake your hand? I appreciate you. I like the way you handle business. Thanks, officer.
He's better than Flavor.
He's pretty chill.
He beat Flavor Flav.
19, huh? Now 19's on deck. Look at this officer. He's 19. They caught 19 and 33 on us?
Enjoying the scenery. Remember, the man that created this building was a racist.
Hey, good to meet
He
you.
was a eugenicist.
Yeah, what's your
He
name?
sat in the White House.
Yeah, I watch you on
and
YouTube
helped
all the
plan
time.
out
I didn't know you were
the
going to be in New
Second
York. I
World
found out you
War
were going
and
to
the
be in New York.
post-World
Sure.
War.
So I was like, let me go see what you're
This
doing.
man should
Yeah,
be
thanks for coming
condemned.
up, man.
We
How
should
long
not
have you been out
support any of this.
I got
ever
into town
again.
about 5 a.m. and we've been out here since about noon. But we're going to be out here all weekend and tomorrow. And then going to go up to Yale on Monday, but then come back for the United Nations. The United Nations session begins September 13th.
Sir.
I think there's going to be some fireworks
Sir,
in
can
the
I have
world
your
on
name
that
and badge
day.
number?
How's New
Sir,
York?
your name and badge number?
I like it, man.
Not like the people. I get it.
They've been good for the most part.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, a lot of zombies that don't care, but we got some good conversations already. So.
Yeah, I mean, I hear people don't listen to you, but you know,
Tell me the 5
What's this about?
Why not? You're not about the First Amendment?
I'll come back. I just want to document
What?
this.
That's your job.
So, can you step back on your property? Because I'm on a cell where the citizens are.
Well, why are you so close to him?
Can you back up, please? Can you put your body cam on and back up? Can you put your body cam on? Where's your body cam? No. It's protest is protected under the First
What's wrong, sir?
Protest is connected. Yes, that's what we're doing. It's protected under the. No, we can't. We're not blocking. We're protesting. The protest itself. We're allowed to be
We're
on
out here
public
because
space.
of the Rockefellers.
We
Bad
can
news
be on
family.
public space and we can stand wherever we want. I know we can do
I'll
that.
teach you something
Put your body
interesting.
cam on.
They spearheaded the World Trade Center,
What's
the
your name and
Rockefeller
badge
family.
number?
Remember how tall buildings 1 and 2 were?
Thank you. Thank
You do? How tall were buildings 1 and 2? They were 110 stories tall. You should look into it because the name Rockefeller equals 110, so does Osama bin Laden.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
We're just trying to allow you.
I get it. You guys got it.
We work for them.
I get it. Everyone's got to pay the bills, but we need our rights and liberties too. I think you guys are doing a good job.
We got the corporate guys out here.
Appreciate the way you guys handled it. Thank you.
We got 19
What do you
here,
think by
24,
33? Private?
and 24 here.
Are you guys familiar with the history of the Rockefeller family, specifically John G?
Like he
What
said.
does it feel like to work for a company owned by a racist on record? Does it feel good in 2022 to work for a racist? This guy loves it. He's like blushing. He's like, oh my God, I love racism. I love eugenics. I'm proud to work for a company that lied about weapons of mass destruction, that sent countless American people to war, to die, to lose their limbs. Countless people in the Middle East. This guy loves it. He loves working for the big corporation. When his master says, lick the boot, he says, how hard, Daddy? Daddy, tell me. Big Farmer, that's right. Remember, and I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I hate them both equally, right? They're both ironically hypocritical. They're both different ways to get you brainwashed, right? So the thing that you have to understand here is when these people up in their majestic ivory towers, these people are known racists. These people are known eugenics. And they're telling you things. And keep in mind, these are the same people that have habitually lied to you. These people have lied, like I said, about weapons of mass destruction. They covered up for Jeffrey Epstein. They knew he was raping kids. They knew he was involved in academia. They knew he was involved with Clinton. They knew he was involved with Trump. They knew he was involved in Hollywood. And did you see a story about Jeffrey Epstein?
You got a huge crowd going to 911.
No, you didn't. It didn't happen. Why? Because they're liars. And if I say a lie, right? Let's just say a random person said, how do I look today? And I was like, you look pretty good, but I'd be lying. That's a white lie. That doesn't really hurt anybody. But when NBC lies, people go to war. And people die. NBC got blood on their hands. NBC, just like Fox News, I'm not singling out NBC, Fox News was Hannity and Bill O'Reilly. They were like, oh, let's go get those guys in the Middle East. They were licking their fingers. They wanted it. But guess what? How can we be here taking pictures, going to the ice skating rink, when these people lied about weapons of mass destruction that caused not only American deaths, but countless deaths in the Middle East? We still have the war on terror going on. And I know NBC loves to stand with Ukraine. And I do too. I stand with all countries. I stand with freedom. But what about Yemen? There's a genocide going on in Yemen. Do you think NBC is reporting on that? No, they're not. Why? Because John D. Rockefeller and his son, David Rockefeller. Does anybody know about David Rockefeller here? Yeah, that's right, David Rockefeller. Woo! Take a look at his autobiography from 2002 entitled Memoirs. He talks about when he met William Paley from CBS. Now, let's talk about CBS for a second. CBS, in David Rockefeller's autobiography, he talks about his time in World War II. And they says, that's where I met William Paley. And William Paley was the head of the psychological warfare department for the U.S. Army. He was going to move. So the guy that created the psychological warfare department for the U.S. Army went on to create CBS. That should tell you something. David Rockefeller also admits in his participation in the Bilderberg Group. Most people don't know what the Bilderberg Group is. But the Bilderberg Group is less than 200 of the world's elite that meet annually. We're talking about heads of state. We're talking about kings. We're talking about queens. We're talking about heads of the military-industrial complex, banking titans. And this group was started by a couple Nazis. So we're here with the Rockefeller Nazis. The Rockefellers have no problem cohorting with Nazis. That's right, even after World War II. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy your day here. I'm going to let that guy go do the walk of shame. But remember, while you're enjoying this beautiful Saturday afternoon in New York City, remember, it's not just the history. It's still going on to this day.
Where did little McGregor walk?